Notre Dame is the real deal. I saw it with my own two eyes. I was there in Raleigh. I have so much respect for NC State defense. I think you guys listening to me on this show for years, or a year and change, I love the way NC State is aggressive and they blitz and they run to the football and they really do a good job. And they had not, prior to Saturday's performance, allowed 30 points, or they had not allowed over 30 points. They did give up 30 to Clemson in 17 ball games. That was the longest streak in college football until Sam Hartman came to town. And guess what? The last guy to lead an offense to more than 30 points against NC State was Sam Hartman. It was just at a different school. I thought Sam Hartman did an amazing job weathering the storm early. No pun intended because of the weather delay, but he really did a good job of weathering the storm. He got hit early. I mean, had a fumble, got hit hard. They were bringing pressure. Pocket was collapsing and couldn't really do a whole lot. But after the break, they were able to take a step back, collectively figure out some of the ways that they were going to attack the aggressiveness of NC State's defense, and they did a really nice job. Tobias Merriweather gets involved. Chris Tyree taking advantage of a broken play down the right sideline. I think those two guys need to continue to grow because they have a lot of juice, and I think that they are probably in the future going to be vital against teams with better collective team speed. The other guy that I thought emerged, which was very exciting, was Holden Stays. Trying to figure out, okay, how do you replace Michael Mayer? Michael Mayer, obviously, an all-time great, well-rounded tight end. By the way, I saw Tyler Eifert in the airport flying back, and he only wanted to talk about Holden Stays. So he clearly, a former great Notre Dame tight end who I talked to for a while, wanted to talk about what he saw from his Irish. Great dude, by the way. Love you, Tyler Eifert. Great guy. Anyways, Holden Stays, he might not be the well-rounded player that Michael Mayer was, but that guy can run. Saw it a little bit against Tennessee State on some shallow cross routes. Now you're seeing him in the flat. You're seeing him down the field. You're seeing him after the catch. He's going to be a significant issue. The other massive takeaway that I had for Notre Dame, I think the pass rush is still a bit of a work in progress. They weren't really able to apply the same type of pressure. They did get the Donovan Heinisch sack late in the game, but there wasn't a lot that they could do as far as applying a ton of pressure to Brennan Armstrong. I thought they did a good job keeping him contained. Now, the receivers for NC State could never really create separation, man. That secondary, and we're going to find out a couple weeks from now against Ohio State just how good that secondary is, but they're among the best I've seen in college football up to this point. It's early, but I wanted to see how, obviously against Tennessee State and Navy, lockdown, great in the back end. Well, they took a step collectively this past weekend. Even some of the completions were in tight coverage. So very impressed with what I've seen from Benjamin Morrison. Really impressed with what I saw from Jaden Mickey. Xavier Watts there in the back end played one of the best games of his career. Boykin looked really good. They are really good in the back end. And if they can continue to improve their pass rush, we know they're good at the second level with their linebackers. They can continue to improve their pass rush with their front four, which is a question mark, I think, still at this point. They're going to be very difficult to move the ball consistently against. And then finally, they got to clean up the penalties. This is a running theme right now, by the way. Think about Notre Dame committing 10 penalties on the road. They've done a really good job the first 2 weeks. It's been clean. 10 penalties on the road, several of which resulted in first downs for NC State, including jumping off sides. Jack Kaiser, one of their best players, jumping off sides in a punt situation to give NC State new life, which ultimately led to points. You had an unsportsmanlike call on Morrison, one of your best players. You got to clean up the penalties, but that's not something I'm super worried about because that has not traditionally been a massive problem for Notre Dame with some of the players and the coaching that they're going to receive from Marcus Freeman.